Again, Coach Jay with Full Circle. This is our Get Paid What You're Worth PDF. This is fillable. It's customizable to you, your office, your content, your life, your family, 100%. Now, just because inflation is 5% or 10% or 2% or whatever it is, right now it's high. You don't necessarily raise your fees just to keep up with the external circumstances that are going on in the world. You're just going to be chasing that forever instead of doing it from within. So what we want to do, what we're choosing to do, is get paid what you're worth based on your why, your core values. Now this worksheet, it's 2 pages, does 2 things. First of all, it creates a feeling of why you're going to create a newer fee that's authentic to you. So it creates a feeling, but also there's an objective analysis. So I started to fill this out a little bit. I'm going to add to it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is just offer that this is just a way to do it. This takes, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. If you need help or anything, just hit us up with a quick note, okay? So first of all, what's the most common things? Neck pain, back pain, headaches. So I wrote neck pain with headaches and high blood pressure. You can do low back pain. So let's just say we've got 2 people here. We've got neck pain and headaches for a human being, and headaches for a human being who's a pool cleaner. All right, and we got low back pain for somebody who plays volleyball. So this girl's low back pain. She can't play volleyball. As a result, she can't sit in school. Like she's always moving around. She can't concentrate in school. Or for the guy who's a pool cleaner, right? The headaches, like he can't focus. He can't do more than 5 jobs in a week. So as a result of your care, if you're just doing neck pain and back pain and headaches, go a little bit further. Yes, as a result of your care, there's decreased pain. Oftentimes with the neck stuff, you'll see people who have radiating pain. Now they can use their arms. And you do it over time, we notice that high blood pressure can normalize. All right, so what are the specific improvements that your clients are experiencing as a result of your care? Decreased pain is the easy one. I encourage you to go a little bit further down. Now, here's that high schooler. As a result of like the low back pain being better, she can concentrate more, she gets better grades, she has the possibility for an athletics, as well as potentially an academic scholarship, so there's less money invested by the family. The guy who's the pool business, as a result of your care, he doesn't have to invest in like back braces and things, so he's got more money to invest in his business and himself. How did the relationships with family and friends improve? So like this guy who's a pool cleaner, now he goes home, he's not totally, my back or my neck is hurting and I just need some quiet and a drink. So as a result, like he's got better relationship with his family when he goes home. The daughter, she can get better sleep, right? She's got better communications with her parents potentially. The guy's got better communication with his friends. So there's a ripple effect here, which actually we go down a little bit below here. We'll get to that one last. Let's go up to the corner here. How does their care impact their productivity in their career? Okay, well, that guy who's a pool cleaner can now do 5 more pools in a week or a month, and he can do it more efficiently, so more dollars per hour. You can actually monetize that. This guy gets $50 a pool, right? Or maybe $100 a pool. We actually go in here a little bit more down below. How does their changes in their productivity impact their ability to excel in their career? Right? It could be infinite. The high schooler with no back pain who doesn't have to go through like surgery and rehabilitation. Like think about like the upside for her. Like she's got years of productivity in front of her because of this inflection point that you helped to facilitate. This guy's doing $100 a pool. 5 of them, like if he can do 5 more pools at $100 a pool, he's getting an additional $500 a week. All of a sudden, he's looking around and goes, "Geez, I can't keep up with this forever, but I can." And now that I've got better concentration and I'm not investing in blood pressure medications, I can go out and I can buy a truck, and I can train somebody else to do this. We can start to scale, right? That's what I think really get interesting. Okay, let's think of these 2 people. Let's say that person A spent 3 hours to go see somebody at a clinic, so it cost him. Let's stick with pool guy here. 3 hours of lost work, not mentioning going and driving to and from. So let's just say he lost $300 that he would have been working. And it's $300 for his exam. So maybe $600 is what he is paying. Plus, he's got to spend $300 to go see a PT, a couple, maybe another $100 in an X-ray. This guy is out at least $1,000, and all he's got potentially is like some neck stretches. Same thing with that girl. Maybe all she's got a couple low back stretches, and how long is that going to take? It's going to take a lot more time to get better, likely, than with your high quality care. So let's just say it cost him $1,000. Could have been $2, could have been $5. I don't know if you ever looked at like car accidents. Like there's a big one. Somebody gets a car accident. What would it cost for them to go get care elsewhere? If you see some of these bills, $50,000, big time money spent potentially. Maybe for you, it's just $1,000 that they would have spent. The impact. This is where you sit with it a little bit and just close your eyes. You're reflecting and you're appreciating the massive impact that your care had on these people, right? And also society as a whole. So again, like this girl maybe goes on to be like a neuroscientist and discovers she can actually like now see thoughts, and she can see how thoughts impact the ability of the human psyche to cure depression and anxiety, right? So just because of your adjustment. I think this kid, Devin, who came in high school, was senior in high school, about to drop out because he had the neck pain and the headaches. He just couldn't focus. He couldn't concentrate. He'd sleep most of the day. He'd go home and just get out of bright lights. He couldn't do the fluorescent lights in the classroom. Who can? Well, as a result of care on us, him finding us at a health fair, his mom actually, he went and he graduated high school, graduated college, and became a respected arts teacher in New York. So sit with that a little bit. And here you just kind of give yourself a smiley face or a happy, and obviously there's a monetary impact, but just want you to sit with that for a little bit. And then go into the ripple effect. As a result of the benefit, obviously this patient isn't in pain and they're saving money. Well, now also, maybe that child has got a better relationship with their parents, her siblings, right? Her teammates, the pool guy, coworkers. And think of that coworker who now he hired because he can do such an efficient job. That coworker now has a family also. They're going to benefit. And then those kids are going to benefit. So you see how things start to ripple out as a result of your care. So what should you be charging here? Right? What's the true value of this service? If it's the pool guy, he's got $50,000 of extra income coming in next year, it could be $50,000. In the case of the volleyball player, right, priceless for sure. Like, how do you measure like a 15-year-old who just now has the rest of her life in front of her and doesn't have to live with a potentially, no pun intended, like back-breaking scenario? That's cool. Okay, that should give you a feeling of, yeah, you know what? It's probably time for me to go from 45 to something higher. Well, what do you do? Like, what's the value of it? So what's the true value of your amazing service? Hundreds, thousands, it could be $1,000, right? Let's just say price per adjustment. You come up with the number of, let's just use that $300 because that's what it would have cost for that guy to go in and get an exam done. Okay, get an exam done somewhere, and just be told like, look, you got neck pain, some degeneration. Here's some neck stretches. But let's just say 300. Worst case scenario, down below it. If your true value service is under $150, your new fee is your true value service from above. So if it was 45 and you say, well, it could have been 75, and you multiply that times like 8. So if you go just pull up your little phone calculator and get in there and say, all right, well, if it's 75 times 8, I did 8 adjustments, that's $600. The guy would have paid $600 and might have got some relief, but wouldn't have got relief, but he would have paid $800 to me for 8 adjustments, $75, but you were charging $45. Hey, that is a great way to say my new fee per service is $75. And all the ripple effect and everything else that went from there. Now, you don't have to go from 45 to 75. That's a pretty big jump. But if you said, all right, $75 is my true value service, and I'm going from 45, and if I just raise it 10%, so if you look at 45, and you multiply at $4.50, that puts you at $49.50. That's a very palatable price increase that you can feel good about and say, all right, I'm going to go to $49.50, and then I know that 6 months from now or a year from now, I'm going to go to $55 on my way to $75. That's a really good way to scale in to get paid what you're worth. So maybe you just stop here. But let's say that you use that $300, you divide by 2. Use the formula here. I'm sorry, 300 minus, you're doing 45 right now. So if you go $300 minus 45, you end up with the number of 255. Divide by 2, as this formula suggests, and what you end up with is a new fee of $127.50. That's your new true service value. That's it. Does it have to be $125? No, but you know what you can start to do? You can start to just charge $125 for your intake, and then maybe you go for something a little bit smaller, like a 10% increase on your adjustment. So there's tons of ways where you can start to build some value using this calculator. Does your new potential fee per service from above still provide a great return on investment for your patients? Even if you had gone with a 127, would have been a great value? Well, if you take that 120 from above times 8 adjustments, you're at $960. You're still underneath what they're paying for just a diagnosis if they go to the emergency room. But they're out the time, they're out the money, and they're probably increased with some frustrations because they don't have any real result. So you could go to 127.50 easily and still feel good. So hopefully this is a big old smiley face that you put in here and find your little emoticon guy. Now you can really start to build some emotion here. So you just take objective, take your, let's just go with you went from 45 and you went up by 10% to $50, okay? So you take your new fee, which is $50, multiply times your average services per month. So in a month, if you're let's just use $150 a week, 150 services per week. So if you had 150 services per week, times 4, you're at 600. So if you go 600 times 50, let's throw those numbers in here, you'd come up with $30,000. How does it feel to have $30,000 in income coming in, and all you had to do was raise your fees, in this case, $5? What would that have been? Let's look at it down below. You're comparing how much money you'll take home this year. You take this 30,000, multiply it times 12, and you're looking at collections of 300K. So that's pretty cool. Now, subtract last year's collections. If last year's collections were done at 45, I'll quickly do the math here. If you have, it comes up with an extra $36,000 per year just by increasing your fees $5, because you just raised 10%, which is $3,000 in this scenario, times 12. It's an additional $36,000 per year. How feel to be paid what you're worth and take home X? Hey, it should feel great. You could be a little bit nervous. And if you're nervous, we have a couple ways to scale this in as a promotion that you can feel good about it, your staff can feel good about it, and your clients will feel good about you giving yourself a raise also. So reach out to us, and we'll help you to connect those two if really and truly you're nervous, and you should be a little bit nervous. That's where we encourage you to reach back and say, it's okay, I'm growing, just like this little stalk on the right here growing out of quarters. What is the cost to you and your family of not increasing your fees? Get paid what you're worth. In this case, you just figured it out. It was $36,000. And you don't have to do anything else. There's no overhead on that. It's just raising fees. Maybe a couple bucks to print things out. You're costing yourself $36,000 a year. Now, knowing that, take one action step. What are you going to do today? One action step. And plan one vacation. Whether it's a staycation for 3 days, it's a week off, whatever it is. Commit to one action step, right? I'm going to take a vacation to Mexico. And a staff meeting Monday to implement. Or email the coaches. Email us coaches, and let's help you brainstorm some ways to kick this off so it's a win for everybody in the office, and it's marketing. Hope this was helpful, friends. Let us know the service value calculator works. And not only is it going to apply to you, you can skip some, but I really want you to look at the ripple effect of this and absolutely what you could be leaving on the table by not giving yourself a raise this year.